Hello guys, good morning, good evening and good night to you, wherever you are. In today's video, I'll answer the question of which English team will struggle the most this season from playing in Europe. I'll talk about each team that is playing in Europe and then I'll say how much they will struggle and if they will struggle a lot or not. So let's start with Liverpool, the champions of the Premier League. They will play in the Champions League and I don't think they'll struggle at all because they have a good squad. They might struggle a bit if they get more injuries because Van Dijk is now injured and other players, if they do get injured, then Liverpool might struggle in the Premier League and the Champions League. And now Manchester City, I think they will not struggle at all because now Aguero is back, Jesus will be back soon, KDB will be back soon, Cancelo is back. They have many players now. I think they have a good enough squad to compete in both Premier League and Champions League. And I think that Man City might want to play more stronger in the Champions League. Because Guardiola most likely wants to win the Champions League over the Premier League because he hasn't won the Champions League yet with Manchester City. Now, Manchester United, they're going to play in the Champions League and I think they're going to struggle in both the Champions League and the Premier League because they do not have a lot of players that can play in each position. They do have Fred and McTominay and Pogba and Van de Beek and Matic, but those are not quality players because McTominay, as was evidential in the game against Newcastle, he's not a very good player. So, Man U do not have players like Manchester City, so they will struggle a lot in the Champions League and the Premier League. But it depends what Ole wants to do better in, because if he wants to do better in the Premier League, he will play a stronger side in the Premier League and a weaker side in the Champions League. But I think he will want to do well in both competitions, because Manchester United do not have the squad good enough to compete in both the Champions League and the Premier League. So, Ole will have to prioritize one of the competitions. And now Chelsea. I think Chelsea will not struggle at all. They have many players. They have Timo Werner, they have Ziyech, they have Pulisic, they have Havertz. So the squad is a lot. And they've bought a lot of players in this transfer window. So I don't think they're going to struggle at all. And similar thing to Ole. Will Lampard prioritize the Champions League or the Premier League, or will he prioritize both? If he prioritizes both, then there might be a problem and he might do a bit worse in the Premier League. And then Leicester City in the Europa League. I think they're going to struggle the most out of all the teams in the Premier League that are playing in Europe this season. Because Leicester City do not have a lot of players and good enough squad to compete in both the Europa League and the Premier League. So, Brendan Rodgers will have to prioritize one of the competitions. Because even now, Leicester do not have the squad good enough to compete in the Premier League. Because Vardy might be injured and they have other players that are getting injured. And they do not have a good enough squad to compete in one of the league. So why would they be able to compete in both of the competitions? We'll just have to wait and see what Brendan Rodgers prioritizes. And then Tottenham in the Europa League. I think Mourinho will want to do well in the Europa League because he wants to win the trophy. And he doesn't think that Tottenham are going to win the Premier League this season. But if he prioritizes both, I wouldn't be surprised if he does that and the Europa League. Because he's done that with Manchester United. And he has a good squad in Tottenham. And Mourinho is smart in rotation. He knows when to rotate the players and when not to. And then Arsenal in the Europa League. I don't think they're going to struggle at all from the Europa League and the Premier League. Because I think they have a good enough squad to compete in both of them at the same time. And prioritize both of them. And Arteta will most likely want to win the Europa League and get a good ranking in the Premier League. So I wouldn't be surprised if they do not struggle. So, my conclusion is that Leicester will struggle the most. Then Manchester United will struggle the second most. Unless Ole prioritizes one of the competitions. This is my opinion. I told you who will struggle the most in the Premier League and the Champions League or the Europa League. So tell me your opinion in the comments below. And thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video and make sure to subscribe and goodbye.